Tana Toraja, which is located in South Sulawesi Province, is indeed famous as one of the most popular tourist attractions in Indonesia. You can enjoy various cultures typical of the Toraja tribe who inhabit mountainous areas with authentic Austronesian culture. The Toraja people adhere to strict traditional beliefs, rules, and rituals determined by their ancestors. Even though the majority of Toraja people today are Protestant or Catholic, they still practice the ancestral traditions and rituals typical of Tana Toraja. If you plan to visit Tana Toraja, you can try their unique and different culture. Starting from the traditional Tongkonan house, Rambu Solo funeral ceremony, Londa Cave Cemetery, Batu Lemo Cemetery, or Kambira Baby Cemetery. Famous for its unique funeral rituals and different from funerals in general, this funeral ritual is called Rambu Solo. What are Toraja's unique funeral rituals like? Come on, see the following summary. 1. Rambu Solo. A Toraja funeral tradition from the past until now. Tana Toraja is known for its two popular traditional ceremonies, namely Rambu Solo and Rambu Tuka. Rambu Solo is a funeral ceremony. Rambu Tuku is a ceremony for a newly renovated traditional house. The funeral effort of Rambu Solo is said to be a series of activities to release people who have died and require no small amount of money. Preparations for this ceremony have been planned for months. They even have to save for funeral expenses months in advance. While waiting for the funeral ceremony to be ready, the body of the deceased person is wrapped in cloth and stored in the ancestral house or Tongkonan traditional house. People who die are only considered macula or interpreted as sick people who still need to be cared for and treated as if they were still alive. In the funeral ceremony, for the nobles who died, they would usually slaughter 24 to 100 buffaloes as sacrifices, Matinggaro Tadong. This cutting ceremony is one of the typical attractions of Tana Toraja by slashing the buffalo's neck using a machete in one swing. 2. Alfreda Lantong is still treated like a living person to this day. Alfreda Lantong is evidence of one of the Toraja people who has not undergone the Toraja traditional funeral ceremony. Alfreda is believed to be in her 90s. Although Alfreda's heart was declared to have stopped beating since 2012, a number of families still thought Alfreda was like a sick person. Lying on his back and staring at a pair of thick and dusty glasses, Alfreda was placed in a crate on Tongkonan. Even though it was dusty, the family still visited her regularly, talked to her, and brought 3 times a day the necessities Alfreda needed. Reporting from WPLR, Masak, Alfreda's family said that they would miss Alfreda if her body was not placed in Tongkonan. Miska also added, "He looked after us all our lives, so now it's important for us to take care of him too." Although it has been 7 years since Alfreda was declared dead, preparations for her funeral are still not complete. Because in Toraja culture, funerals can be so expensive that the next generation will be burdened with debt to complete the funeral service. 3. A wooden statue with the face of a dead person to decorate his grave. Even though it costs a lot of money to carry out funerals, death provides a livelihood for many people in Tana Toraja. Both in the tourism sector, which will attract many tourists to participate in the funeral ceremony, farm laborers who tend to buffalo for sacrifice, as well as craftsmen who will make wooden statues with the faces of the dead to decorate their graves. As reported by WPLR, for Jeffrey Maguling, a young woodcarver whose family has been in the business for 4 generations, the sculptures are both an art form and a source of income for them. "I'm not just copying a photo of a dead person, I'm trying to capture the character of that person. It took me about 10 days to make it," Maguling said. In making the statue, he was able to sell it for around 15 million rupiah, or $1,100. It's not that Toraja people don't mourn their loved ones. This process is considered one of the hereditary traditions that never end from one world to another in Toraja cosmology. After the funeral, the deceased person does not really leave. The statues will continue to stand tensely on the cliffs of their burial places and will continue to observe the bustling ground of the people who are still alive below. That is a unique tradition in the funeral process of the Toraja people. Hopefully it can be a lesson that Indonesia has a diverse culture from various sides, even death. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you get another interesting video.